Welcome to step 4 of the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. In this step, I'm going to walk you guys through on how to register for your Ielts exam. And without wasting any time, I'm just going to walk you guys through on some of the basic requirements. First of all, if you know you've already taken an Ielts exam in the past 2 years with a score of 4 and above, just know that you can still use it. But if you know you haven't, then this video is for you. If you've already taken this exam, I would really advise you skip to the next video and start with that process. While anyone who hasn't taken this exam yet, stick around and get the important information that would help you get things right. How to prove your language ability. In a few minutes, I'm going to take you guys to the website. These are the basic things I want you to remember. You're going to be taking the general training and not the academic training. The general training is specifically for the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program because it falls under the work and the permanent residency route. The academic training is for those trying to study. It falls under a different route, right? So in this once we hit the website, you're going to pick a location and pay your fee. And this is kind of like the breakdown of what they need. Writing 4.0, reading 3.5, listening 4.5, and speaking 4. And the goal is to ensure that you score at least 4 in all of them. Once you get your result, you're going to attach it with your application. That is when it's time to do that. So let me quickly take you guys to the Ielts website and show you exactly how to register for this exam. On a side note, I would really encourage anyone watching to start this process in time if you don't have your result yet. The reason is simple. Once you apply for a job, it's important you follow up with this process and the next process, which is to assess your degree, because these ones are the two processes that might have a little time delay while the other ones can move super fast. I hope this makes sense. Let me quickly walk you guys through on how to register for your exam. Okay, so first of all, this is the Ielts website. Once you land here, also just so you guys know, I'm going to leave this link as part of the downloadable information you're going to be accessing. So don't really worry about how you're going to get access to this. You're already going to have it once it's part of the blueprint, right? Once you get this product, it's part of the what you get. So that you don't really need to worry about it. You just go copy, put it on your laptop, and you're good to go. So once you land on here, the first thing you need to do is go straight down and you select your country. So for this exercise, I'm just going to use a random country. Let's try Zimbabwe. You put your country, you hit continue. And all of a sudden, you have a date here. And it's showing you all the dates that you can write on. So we have May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And this is pretty good because if you don't feel like writing by May, you can write by June. If you don't feel like writing by June, you can write by July. So let's try June and pick a city. So on here we have 2 cities. Bulawayo. Sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce all this. So let's just choose one. And then, like I said, if you guys remember what I said earlier on, we have the academic and we have the general training. So we're just going to hit general training and find. So right now we do have for the date of 13th June and 20th June, the general training, and the fee is $271 USD, right? And already there is availability 90% and there is availability 96%, meaning this one is almost filled up. So what does this mean? That's why I said it's really super important to get started with this process, meaning that you can either switch around and pick another date here so that you can meet up. Don't really worry about stressing so much, but I really encourage you guys to get this one started as fast as you can. So once you have this availability, you just choose one. So let's just choose the 90% and we hit on apply. So once we hit on apply, I already worked on this information before. So it tells you the name. This is going to be a little bit confusing for you guys. I'm going to work with a different information because this has all the information that I filled out. I was testing things out. So I'm going to go back and select. Let me go back one more. Let's try something totally different so that we know we're filling out something entirely different. So let's try, for example, Kenya. Continue. So it's telling me that there currently are no test dates available. So we go back again. Let's try another country. Let's try Zambia. I'm just testing out some African countries. Continue. Same thing. So let's go back. And then let's try, what country can we use now? Oh, let's try Uganda. Continue. Okay, so Uganda, we have May 2020, Kampala. And again, general training, let's find a location. And there we are. So right now, we have all these dates. So it's telling us the fee in Ugandan currency. So we have 21st May. So all these ones are all booked. Can you guys imagine that? That is to tell you that, you know, the demand for this exam, it's crazy, right? So this is all, okay, sorry, the availability is 100%. So like the space, there is still space for all of this. So let's just say if you're from Uganda and you're watching this video, all you need to do next is hit on the button, apply. And once you go down here, you just click on I've read and agree to the terms and conditions, continue. And there you go. So this is exactly what I did last time. So this is like an email that I used. This is just like my an email I used previously. And all you have to do, remember that what you're going to put in here is your own email. So we have the email, you confirm the email, you put in your title, first name, last name, your language, first name, first language, English. Because I used Zimbabwe the last time, that's why I have it here, right? But you guys get the point of what I'm trying to do here, right? So all you're going to do is once you get to this point, you fill out all this necessary information. And once you get to this point, this is a point I want you to pay attention to. It's going to ask you your identification document. So if you have a passport, you choose a passport. If you have a national ID, you choose your national ID. So for this example, I chose a passport, and I'm just going to toss in, let's say, let me just use an example of a few numbers here. And then you just put an expiry date. Let's just use 2020-12, right? So if you choose if you're a male or female, put your address, put your town, your city, county or state. I just tossed in Zimbabwe, but it shouldn't be a country. It should be a county or state, right? Depending on where you're from. Then you put in your postal code. Then you put in your country here. Put in your phone number. And then I also want you guys to pay attention to this area here. What is your occupation sector? I put in banking and finance. There is a drop down box, so you have the option. If you're into health and social sciences, you're going to do that. Wherever you find yourself, you do exactly that, right? If you're in transport, if you don't find any of the information that fits, what you do, you just put other. Once you put other, then that's where you put the information, right? If you choose other here, then you put what fits your occupation sector. Then, what is your occupation level? There is also a drop down. So, are you a student, retired, worker, in the home, employee, senior level, middle, junior level? So, you choose. And if you still do not find anything, you put other, and you come over here and put that information that fits your occupation level. Why are you taking the test? Strictly for immigration. That's exactly why you are taking this test, right? Which country or territory are you applying to go to? So it's going to be Canada, right? Because that's what this Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program is all about. What level of education have you completed? So again, there is a drop box. So you choose secondary, up to 16 years, postgraduate degree. So you choose what fits your level. So how many years have you been studying English? Depending on where you're from. Some people, English is their first language, so maybe they've been studying English for more than 9 or more. Depending on where you fall on that, that's the information you're going to put on there, right? Where are you currently studying English, if applicable? So if you are still learning English, if you're a non-speaking English country and you want to put that information, this is the space where you put it. So if you really want to get updates from Club Ielts, then you check that information. If not, just let it be. So on this part, remember when we got to this point, it requested, right here, it requested for a passport, your identification document, and we chose a passport. This is where you're going to provide that information because it says upload your identity document. So I'm just going to toss something in here. So all you have to do is you click on browse. I do actually have a passport, but let me just look for some random picture that I have here. Let me find something. Let me just put some of the weird things I do. This is one of my designs. Let me just use this for an example. So I've attached something there, but realistically what you're going to put, it's your real document, right? Your real identity as a document. So what I put in there is just an example. So I have that. And then we keep going. Do you have any specific needs or visual? So it's a no. Send IELTS result to other institutions. If you really want to do that, you say yes. If not, you just stick to no. And that's it. And you hit what? Continue. So it just told me that it's invalid document width and height. So because I used the wrong information here, let me just try and use something different. Let me use something different so that we can get this going. Let me just use this. Okay, so we have that. It's just an example again. So let's go on. Still the same thing. So this is not really, it's not really allowing me use those images, I believe. Invalid document width and height. Remove. Let me see if I can use. Why is it not letting me use? Okay. Health images. It's not really letting me use any of these images. Okay. But you get the gist, right? Let me not waste time there. So that's the point. You just have to put like your own passport. I don't have mine right here, but you put your own passport, you upload your passport over there. So you hit on the button continue. So once you land on this page, it's just going to tell you that your IELTS test application has not been submitted yet. So what happens here is that it gives you a chance to review your whole information. The only thing you need to know about this page is this is your test details, the information relating to your test. If it's not right, just hit on this button, you go back and you make your necessary changes. Over here is the candidate details. This is your information, your date of birth, like all your personal information. This is where you cross-check and see if all the informations are right. If it's not, you do the same thing. You go back and you change your candidate details. And this is the contact information for the location where you're going to write the test. So if you want to make further inquiries or find out any information about time, location, or any changes, this is the information right here. You can give them a call from this, what we see here, opening times Monday till Friday, and they're closed on Saturdays and Sundays, right? So they do have a phone number, an email, and a website where you can check for further information, right? So, and this is for Kampala, Uganda, and every country will have this information too based on the location, right? So once you do this, the next step is hit on this button, I am not a robot, and you make your payment, and that's about it, and you're done. You're done. You've registered for your IELTS exam, and you go take it and get your result, keep it handy, and when you're ready to apply, you use it. So let's say you don't really find a date for your country on this website. So another online registration platform for IELTS is this one right here. Pretty much the same thing, but with this one I believe you have to register for you to see the whole information through. The same information goes here. You come, it's telling you that this is the academic, and that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the general training, and we just book, select country. You can choose from a list of all the countries here. Let's try Ghana. Okay, same process. Do you have any special arrangements on this test? The answer is no or yes, depending on what fits you, or when do you want to sit for the test. And this is good. So you can, if from the previous website it's only May, this is another place where you have the option to choose either a different month, right? So you can choose September, you can choose July, and then you choose your location, and it gives you your location. So if you go back here, it did say you can change test type, but because we're doing the general, that's what we're going to stick to. So choose your location. You choose your location, and then you follow the whole prompt just like what we did, and it's showing us a date. You pick a date, and you just choose this date, and so on and so forth. You pay, arrival time. It gives you all the whole information. Just follow the prompt and register. So I hope these two websites help with you figuring out how you're going to take your exam, because it's part of the requirement. And remember, you just need a score of 4 and above. That's the requirement. That is one of the easiest scores to get, because the reason it's that low, it's because the lowest degree you need, it's just for Africans, we do call it a WAEC, right? So that's your secondary school certificate, I believe so, right? So if you're from other parts of the world, then you guys know what you call it. So that's why the score is so low, meaning anybody can apply. Everybody has the opportunity to utilize this Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. So this is all I have for you guys for how to apply for your IELTS exam. Once you do that, take the exam, keep your result handy because you're going to use it for your application. And in the next step, which is step 5, I'm going to show you guys how you can assess, how you can you can submit your degree to a website called was.org, and that's where they're going to convert it to the Canadian standard, just to meet with the Canadian standard over here, right? So if you guys have any questions with this one, go back, review over and over again, and also remember that all the information you need, you can download it. I'm going to leave all the links so that it's downloadable, so you don't have any reason to worry about anything. I hope this helps. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.